All right, and we are live. OTNG Session 44. Ethan, Nils, and Peter are preparing yet another descent into the many gates of Gann by the thoughtful and introspective Guy Fullerton. Thank you, Guy.
Though we've only gone through one gate.
I think you've gone through a few gates.
Port Culli. A couple of things.
Certainly Port Culli, but gates.
Big gorilla-headed shaped doors, I think, count.
Isn't a gate just anything that you pass through?
I would think so.
Yes.
But I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I don't know if it has a technical definition. That'd be weird.
I count a college student to know these things.
Let's see. I have you beginning the 14th day of the sword.
It's a plus 12.
There's a -3 spell check in effect.
I prefer mine.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say a -3?
-3.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks a lot, Peter. It was actually a 0 to begin with until you said that.
And when we last left the heroes, I think that you had exited the dungeon to camp.
Yeah, we were pretty mauled up at that point. That house cat was a pain.
Yeah, that house cat
was hurting.
Was definitely unfriendly.
Despite Cindella's best attempts.
Cindella was hurting 3 times.
I keep telling everybody about that game that I role-played a cat for an hour.
A mean-ass son of a bitch cat. You were an angry cat.
All right, so what would you guys like to do with tonight's session? I think that you had also recovered a bit of treasure from the locker.
That
bizarre organic locker, right?
We actually got a number of really, I think, very important things. I say it because I feel like we got a few answers, or at least we feel we found some solutions here.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, we found what appears to be the musical instrument.
Right, that weird wind instrument, right? With the 3 or 4 cylinders. Probably depends on how you look at it.
Sort of a warped bagpipe from the sound of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We also think we figured out how you would summon apes to be processed, and you would stand in front of that what we thought was a fireplace with a ladder up inside of it. I think that was a resonance chamber, which you would play in front of that and it would go out, because we climbed up top and discovered openings up there that we think align roughly with that opening.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was kind of a big deal when it was kind of epiphany moment.
Mm-hmm. We also have what appears to be the key that fits in the hole where Gerda's hand got chopped off.
It's still attached. That's all I'm going to say.
Temporarily removed.
Oh, man. Yes, and we also found glass plates, a number of which appeared to be informative, and one that appeared to our 21st century player minds as something you would input into a device to do something with. We also, after Nils and Gibbs sat on the glass couch, as I like to think of it, and gained intelligence, had an idea that there was a huge weapon deep within this complex somewhere.
The Annihilation Seed.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
We also think that Feed a Bad Egg is simply the notes we need to play on the magic musical instrument to have something happen.
I agree. Yeah, we also thought maybe we needed to get ourselves a nice gorilla hand to go try out the red sap on the wall. See if an actual gorilla hand makes a difference.
And we know that the flute, oboe, bagpipe thing only has a certain number of uses.
That's right.
And it can be used to control 3 different types of
humanoids,
animals, and plants.
animals, plants. We should use it to control the Farouk.
Farouk, yeah.
Freaking gorillas still pissing me off.
Or just use it to control the dragon human changeling and have it attack Gamora. Or what's her face?
Is anybody seeing the screen share in the Hangout?
Let's see. No, I see your face.
Yeah, it's just a black screen other than our little icons in the corner.
Yeah.
Weird.
Now it says you're no longer presenting.
Right, and there's little icons up in the left side. Chat, screen share. Do I want to look at screen share? Is that what you're asking to?
No, I'm just trying to present to everyone, and it doesn't seem to be working for some reason.
Yeah, that's weird.
Can any of you, Ethan, can you present from your instance? Let me stop presenting.
What would we do to present?
Can you see anything?
I see your YouTube. Yeah.
Yep.
Just for a brief second.
Okay.
So if you can present your Roll20, then we're good.
Cool.
Guy will thank you for it, I'm sure. Are you presenting to everyone? I guess so.
I can see it now.
I will just leave it. I will just leave my. No, I don't, Siri. Shush. I will just leave it selected to. It should be from the green thing that you do that. In any case, this is good enough.
Where it says screen share, that little button.
Yeah, I have limited options because I didn't create the call. So
okay. Well, I'll just leave it select. I'll just leave my Hangout session selected on your window, which should mean that the YouTube recording will capture your window.
Should, yeah.
Theoretically. We'll see what happens.
Does that mean that we should see it? Because we see it only when Ethan's talking.
You could see it if you selected Ethan's window. If you clicked on his avatar and boxed it and pinned your view to a specific avatar.
That's what I have done.
But you all don't need to. You all don't need to view Ethan's Roll20 session specifically. That's more for the video recording. All right. What would you guys like to do with this evening's session? On the 14th day of the sword, where there's a neg3 spell check in place, and you've recovered some treasures from the second level of the many gates of Gann.
Yeah, well, before we left,
beat up, and you're down a few characters or players tonight.
Yeah, before we went to bed that night and got up the next day with a -3, I did want to offer some healing to people because I do know people were pretty mauled when we got out of there.
Yeah, Cindella.
I thought we did the healing.
No, we did some healing, but I didn't get everybody up to full, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Well, you can cast a spell the prior day if you wish, but any disapproval you pick up will carry over into this day. You're a +2 on that.
Whoops. Sorry, I was testing dice earlier. Take the 20 out of there. I like that one. That's what we use. Is there a 20? No, it's a total of 256.
That's pretty high.
11. That's maybe disapproval. That's not high enough to heal.
That's not high enough. Nope.
It's a point of disapproval. That probably brings you to 2. I don't think you've had any yet, have you?
Nope.
Last session. Okay. Would you like to try again?
Yeah.
Cindella would thank you for it.
I assume you want to bring Cindella tonight.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, she needs to be healed then, so.
She's at 6 of 19.
Okay, 17, and you are not neutral, right?
Correct.
So it'll be 2 dice.
All right. How did we do today? Come on. 9. Okay, we are at 15 of 19.
Let me check
Wait.
my people.
Yeah.
quickly. Can you heal Nergal?
I can try.
Well, she's dead, so that would be pretty cool if you could.
Oh no, I don't have that spell. Which reminds me, Aaron, I have some thoughts about the magic of next level. I will email you
Okay, cool.
if I survive this. Of course, now that I've said that, I'll probably die and not make it to 5th level. But you know,
Stranger Things.
it happens. It happens.
Yeah, of my surviving characters, they are fine.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. That was one of the remaining questions I had from last time. Was I had said that Ericor was doing hunting things while everyone else was in the dungeon. I forgot to ask, what is it? What does that produce? It was like I can't remember what it was.
If I remember right, we did a luck check, and then you got a D3 rations or something like that.
Right. Okay.
Did you record those rations from last session, or do you know?
I think I didn't get what the die roll was.
I think I did it, and that maybe because I know I did it with Hammy, and he got 1 ration. So you may not have even made your rolls.
Do you want to make them now?
Yes. That's my D3 roll if I make my luck check.
Nice. Almost tilted to 17.
Yeah, that's what I saw. So good. That'll
Okay, so you can pick up 3 rations for Aircore.
and immediately eat them all, since I have such a big family. Okay.
And then,
Oh, that's right. We've got kith rations.
Yes, she does have 5 kith rations,
but you know where those came from, right?
which is why
Yeah.
Cinderella ain't touching them.
They are literally
That's why
kith
she's
rations. Yes. Hey, you know what? It's a different culture. We can't judge.
Oh, yes,
Cinderella
we can.
can, and she will.
We also don't have to go to dinner there either. So Gesundheit.
Okay.
And did I give you the details about the encounter suits?
You sent me a link to it and which level of suit it is.
Mm-hmm.
How exciting.
I will tell you right
It would
now.
be if you saw how much they're actually worth.
Well, you have 1 elf left alive and a kith, and you have 2 suits. So I think it's working out well for you.
Right. And I might kill both of them, sell suits, and retire Ridian in great splendor.
You might, but then you wouldn't have any followers, and that would be sad.
That's true. I'm starting my world-spanning empire.
That's it.
They're mid-range, so they're AC 14s.
Mm-hmm. So that's 14 as if it's effectively you start at 10 and it's actually 4, right? Or is it give me like a -4? No, that's right. You add
It's ascending armor class, so
24.
it's
DCC makes sense. Sorry. I
Your-
just like
your AC is 14
Okay.
when wearing one of these encounter suits.
And then can I wear the armor that I also have on top of it? Or is this
No?
okay?
It's a
That would
spacesuit
be
that's
that
plus
would
hunting.
be that would be garish and uncivilized. But the added benefit of these encounter suits is there's no reflex penalty whatsoever.
Ooh.
that is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if do you have that information opened? Is there a fumble die, or is it just because there's no reflex pin in it, it's equivalent to having no armor?
It's equivalent to having no armor. So your fumble die, I think,
So
is
there's
D4.
I'll
Yep,
check.
D4.
Thank you.
Keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's cool.
Cool. Nice.
But it covers you head to toe. So you appear as one of these bizarre
You're looking at mime.
yeah, like a mime in a gold and silver sort of suit, lame suit. Very similar to all the other metals that you've found within the dungeon, like the quill and some of the trims and the filigrees.
The precursor to the spacesuit.
Right. Okay.
What would you guys like to do with this session?
I think we should
roll
put the
really
key in
well
the
when I'm
lock.
casting spells.
Let's see. You can bring all 6 characters if you like.
Ooh.
So I got Hammy and Gerda.
Mm-hmm.
I have Cindella and Horace.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
We've got Darkor and Ridian and the followers.
Or follower.
Yeah, true. I guess so.
Too soon.
Not soon enough.
Well, I guess technically it is follower since Nergal or Slaanesha is carrying the other one's carved up body. So
True.
Doesn't count if you've been turned into beef jerky.
does it though? I think we should put the key in the lock.
All right. Speaking of carrying, let's do an.
You said last week you weren't going to have another quiz for a long time.
Mhm.
You did. You really
Time
did.
is relative.
All right. Well,
It's been
tell me what you're going to do. Then let's move and then or face the wrath of the spot inspection.
I will say, if you're going to spot inspect me, I have lost a couple of things and I've gained one long T-pole key. So I think I'm the same as I was before I've evened out. And
Cindella tells Gerda to put the key in.
Let's find out what's Gerda carrying
Gerda is carrying
and wearing.
backpack, flint and steel. She's got no lantern because it broke.
Uh-huh.
She has 1 healing mushroom, 50 feet of rope, 1 large sack, 2 water skins, 2 empty flasks, magic dice, 3 days rations, 1 flask with red sap, longbow, longsword, mace, and armor and shield.
And arrows.
and
right?
yeah, and the longbow and the long T key thing,
I've got you at 12.
which is what I was at.
Well done.
Losing the lantern balanced out. And Hammy has neither gained nor lost. He's got a whistle, but he lost a dagger. So I
Where
think
was he? Where was he last? I don't remember. Like around 11 or something.
yeah, he is at 12 right now.
Okay, cool. Does that do any
Neither-
of those?
Neither is encumbered. No,
Okay.
we're doing okay.
Okay. Nils, what is Ridian carrying and wearing?
I just realized it would be more efficient if Ridian wore the encounter suit since he has no armor. But okay.
That's certainly an opportunity. I mean, you are the
Yeah.
master.
And because Aircore had higher armor, then his armor actually went down putting it on. Anyway,
Well, that's not a bad idea then. Plus all the hair sticking out of that one little spot at the top would look great.
yep. So Ridian has a longsword. I think he's passed on. That's right. He gave his short bow to Aircore, who broke the string. He has.
If you cross that off your sheet, just do that if it's.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's why you
Oh,
can't have,
I'll
that's why you
transfer
can't
it.
have nice things.
Padded armor, which just gives him He needs padded armor just to get an armor class of 10, just because of his bad stuff. Just a second, everybody.
Mom's on her way home.
Okay, thanks. So padded armor, sword, and we lost the 10-foot pole.
No, we have 2 5-foot poles now.
Yep,
No, I think those things took it from us. The crystalline gem from the ape conversion room.
Mm-hmm.
My spell book in a large sack and with chalk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to leave rations back at the place, the camp for now, since we're always coming back. I have the gem in this desiccated hand.
Who's gonna watch these rations? Because there's nobody here anymore. You guys are all going.
We got Sky. We got
what else,
Gib.
Sky?
Okay, you want to leave them with Sky? Sure, go ahead.
And Gib.
Yeah, okay,
Gib's
maybe
good.
not. I have a feeling I might know what's going to happen. So yeah, I've got 2 rations.
Okay.
And the gem and a desiccated hand that I can't put down.
You can put it down. You just keep going back and getting it.
Right.
I count you at a very generous 7.
Okay. Well, I've got a 9, so I'm.
You're fine.
I could be an 8 without a problem.
Okay,
So
you're
that's
8.
Aircore has the short bow, some number of arrows.
Is it an unknown number of arrows?
Let me check my inventory. Oh yeah, he had 2 sets of 20 arrows from the first. When we originally had a bow.
Mm-hmm.
Then he has his.
So each one of those bundles of 20 will cost you 1.
Right. Okay. So I'm up to 4 now. Weapon, bow, 2 sets of arrows. I've got helmet, small shield, 50 feet of rope, 3 rations, which is now going to be 2 rations, backpack, and I think that's it. So where's it come for that?
I count you at 8.
Okay, he's got 13.
And then we have to do good old...
A quick run through on Slanesha. She's got the fire hardened
spear.
Well, she's going to be taking on that needly thing that we found. That we're going to try to turn into a weapon when we have time.
Right. Make a rapier out of it or something.
Yep. And the envirosuit, some sort of holy symbol that was like one of her 0 level items. She's got the 3 beetle shells from the garbage room, and 50 feet of the cat gut. One of the glass panels, under, and if we so what are we at now?
6.
Okay, and then she would like to keep. I'm not sure how much the beetle shells were, but she'd like to take the 3 that were on Nergal, so that she can have more ability to make armor.
Make you 7.
Okay.
All right, Ethan, what is Cindella carrying and wearing?
Okay, Cindella is wearing padded armor. She's got 2 rapiers, 1 dagger, thieves' tools, crossbow, 10 bolts, crowbar, orb of levitation, 10 feet of the cat rope. Yeah. 3 flasks of oil and a flint and steel.
Count you at 11.
Okay.
How about Horace?
Horace has, let's see. He's got his pants and shirt. He's got his cloak. He's got his kith plate.
Yep.
He's got his crossbow. He has 17 bolts.
Mm-hmm.
He has 1 ration, and he has lantern, and then he's got his longsword, his shield, and his helmet.
I count you at 7.
Okay.
Great. All right,
Yep.
guys.
But he's buff, so he can carry more if he had to.
Let's see. Ethan, did I give you your... What is your reflex penalty and stuff like that in that kith armor?
It is.
Is it better than or worse than normal plate?
It's this. You told me it was the same as plate.
It should
I think.
It should be half of whatever the plate check is.
Okay.
I
Then
was just looking for my quick reference, which is
then it's going to be 3 or -3 instead of -6.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
And it also reduces your fumble die by 1 step.
Okay. So
It's
should
clunky.
be-
It's not particularly heavy. It's just bulky.
right. So it's a D12 instead of D16.
Okay, cool. Just make those notations, please.
Yep. That's what I've been doing.
Cool. Alrighty. What would you guys like to do with this session?
Well, we would like to try out the key in the hole. I think we'd like to find a gorilla hand. I think we'd like to play some music, and we also really want to go down there and see if we can't get the spell book from the demon's bedroom.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff in there we want to check out, and I think we should do that quickly before something else comes along.
Okay.
Just a thought.
All right. Let's see now. Where are you guys? You're on level 1, correct?
We are at the surface.
Yeah, if we're at the surface, we're at level 1. Yeah.
So we should probably put the key in while we're there.
I have a feeling it closes the door.
I think it activates something bad.
Or deactivates it.
Or
Was
that.
the door just completely open when we got there? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's wide open.
Tell me about where you've made your camp outside of the dungeon. Just give me a 2-minute description about where it is, how it's set up, what it does.
Somewhere where there would be shade and protection from the elements, if there is something like that.
Okay.
Probably near a water source.
It's probably about 30 minutes away from the entrance to the place.
We're not that far, but we were not directly outside. We made a point of that because if we were being chased by things, we didn't want it running right into our camp. We also didn't want any raiders that might be coming out of this thing to be coming into our camp in the middle of the night either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. So it's a big meadow outside the entrance to the dungeon. There's a tree line that's the start of the forest in which guys people live, or at least the edge of their territory. And that's the region that you've made camp at. 30 minutes away can walk 3 miles an hour. So it's 1.5 miles away. So you're entering into the dungeon and you're going to try the rod in the
key in the hole, apparently.
In the arm trap?
Yes.
Okay.
Cindella will be the one to put the key in, being a thief and having some sort of idea about how this trap might work or something.
I got a pretty good idea how the trap works.
Yeah, Gerda knows exactly how it works.
But here, reach in there and I'll show you.
Cindella takes one look at the stitching on the on Gerda's arm and goes, "I'm good."
It's
Nope.
not stitched, it's tattooed.
Right.
Yes, with archaic ruins.
You
Ildevar
keep telling
glyphs.
yourself that.
All right. So sticking the key and driving this key in, shunk, and it's got this big T bar on the that's just barely flush with the wall now, or just slightly short of being flush with the wall, and you can feel the socket sitting into the socket sitting into the nut there, and you crank on it, and there's this grinding, and the heads outside of the door start to rotate, and you can hear something like this, almost like a buzzing, a humming, coming from those huge stone sculptures.
Are they? You said they're rotating. They're rotating to face us. Are they just turning around? Are they kind of just sort of tilting all over, or are they looking someplace in particular?
They're rotating, not quite 180 degrees, like, but not 90 degrees either. Well, maybe 90 degrees on either side, so 45. And they kind of swing in unison, opposite of one another. So they're rotating out and then back in.
And wasn't there one of the palindromes about looking up?
I believe
let me check. I got him. I was just looking at him.
Yeah.
Not really. Never odd or even, draw, O coward, drab as a fool, aloof as a bard, rise up to vote, sir. Was it a cat I saw? Flee to me, remote elf.
Okay, it was something else we saw about looking up, or look to the skies, or follow the eyes. That was it.
So I'm gonna go on a limb here and say if they're rotating, this is some sort of like sentry guard trap thing.
And remember, on the back side of the doors that lead into this place, there's a large like bar that can be slid in place to lock to seal the caverns, that seal the dungeon from the outside world.
So it's probably a defense mechanism of some kind.
Possibly. I can't remember where we found this, but the writing was: disregard the body, its many forms deceive, follow the eyes, the unerring shepherd of the mind.
Remember, I think that was just maybe on the doors before we went into that area that had like, it was kind of like simulating as if we were inside the brain.
Yeah. So it may pertain not at all here. Well, then let's move on. Do we want to play music, or do we want to get ourselves a gorilla hand first?
So I'm sorry, just a second. Did the doors actually close and lock?
No.
Okay.
No.
But
the gorilla heads rotated, but we could close them and bar them.
I just want to make sure that if we have to run out of here, we're not going to have to like run through. The doors are locked. We can't get out.
I'm just okay. So if we have to think about running out of here, I would almost say we turn the key the other way, because I don't like buzzing ape heads that are rotating.
Yeah.
Let's turn them back. We'll turn the key back and see if they go back.
So turning the key the other way, and the heads grind to a halt.
Does the buzzing noise stop?
And the buzz, and now it's uncomfortably quiet.
Perfect.
Was it quiet before?
Well, you just had all this humming and buzzing and the grinding of stone as the statues were sort of rotating on their pedestals.
Mm-hmm.
It might pay dividends at some point to go out and actually take a look at these statues and see what's going on. But for now, we should go get a hand.
Okay, so we can go back down to that. Well, let's call it a vivisectionist lab. It was outside of one of the Knoll territories. One of those little funny shaped rooms, and it had 8 parts, and it had a partly looked like a partly dissected ape up on a table, a big stone slab. Does that sound familiar?
We're in the same place as the smoke demon.
It was not in that area. It was actually just past the freezer full of dead apes.
Okay.
So if you go further down, if I'm not mistaken, it was right in this area here. I believe that this room.
I'm actually. Erica just got back. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this room here is where we found all the building supplies that were then put away after we left them all out. But I'm pretty sure either this is the room that had the 3 tombs and the mold on the floor, or it's the lab, or one of these is the lab. I can't remember.
This is the room with the mold in the room, the blue
Okay.
gray.
So that's not the room I want to go into.
That's the room nobody wants to go into, I don't think.
Yeah. But this area here is full of the monkey freezer rooms here. Wait,
Correct.
wait, there it is.
Yep.
And so the lab, well, it's got 2 doors. I don't think this was, I called it a lab, but it seemed like vivisection. Had the big stone slab with the ape on it. Do you remember where that was, Aaron? It's one of these rooms in this area.
I don't remember, but we can go. You all. It's too bad you didn't take any notes on your map, so you would remember how to get back.
Well,
to
I did. I only just now learned how to ping things on the map.
So the other option would be we go to one of those rooms where there was one of the apes that Gib carved up, and just take one of the hands off that.
One of the mummified ones.
Right.
Mhm.
And you know that those rooms were those ones with the angled walls. They all had the mummified apes in the burial shelf.
Right.
Yeah, so we can just take one of those hands.
And Peter, I don't mean to chide you about taking the maps or taking notes on the maps, but if you look at the toolbar on the left-hand side of the screen where the brush is, there's a button there for text.
Good
and
point.
You can drop text onto the map and do what you will. But that's neither here nor there. I just want you to know that feature.
No, it's not.
Or of course,
nice
you
to
could
know
always
for
use
future
the brush itself and just mark up the map however you like.
Because let's see. Here's the room of observation behind the secret door. And that had all the peepholes looking into the different cells.
Correct.
But it did not have the, I think it might be, this one might be where the lab was. Well, like I said, I call it a lab, but it wasn't really a lab. But it looked like somebody had been dissecting an ape. And the rooms that have the half circles, that half circle is where there's a ramp going down to some kind of garbage pit.
Yes, there's like a notch in the back of that arched room, that concave room, and it's like a slot at the base of the floor and it angles downwards. It's like 16 by 6 inches kind of thing.
Right.
And it slopes off there into the darkness.
Well, I know the lab was before we ran into the Knolls, because when we found it, we hadn't made any kind of agreement with them yet.
Okay.
But we also know where there's some pretty handy, no pun intended, hands, mummified hands. We can just grab one of those because they're all over the place. In fact, we can just duck right in here on the way down because there's one right there. We're going right by it even.
And then the statue is here.
Yeah, that's the one that we want to go play. Yeah, we should go do that now.
Okay, well, let's get you into the dungeon. Why don't we go pick up your hand at that first angled room? That's going to take you 1, 2, 3 turns. And then why don't we do your marching order while we're waiting on Nils?
Gert is happy to carry the hand.
Oh, when you get it.
Well, while we're waiting for Nils, real quick, the next level, 2 of the spells that a cleric can gain are... Well, let me find the whole list of spells. It's easier that way, isn't it? Not wizard spells, cleric spells. There it is.
Horace is leading the party.
Yeah, and I'll
did you find the marching order? No. Let me set something up for you here.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Level 3, one of the spells is animate dead, and the other is speak with dead. And speak with dead, I can almost see, but animate dead, especially after reading the description, it just does not seem like something that a follower of Ildavir would find. It seems like the exact opposite of Ildavir.
Yeah, I'm thinking raising the dead isn't natural.
Right, and we talked about that earlier. My natural enemies, the things that, like, when I want to banish whatever, is undead and demon devil things that have been summoned from other planes.
Or elementals, or just things that don't belong here.
Yeah, but summoning undead just doesn't seem to fit Ildavir. But I could be wrong, but it just doesn't seem like maybe speak with dead again. It was very H.P. Lovecraft, about summoning the soul of the dead and all that. It just doesn't seem like a worshiper of nature would be doing that stuff.
I got you. Well, what I would suggest is that maybe it's like speaking with spirits or something like that for the speak with dead.
Right. Speak with dead, I could see rationalizing far more. The animating one, though, that's making zombies and skeletons and things, and that just... So instead of rolling a D8, I guess it is, maybe I should roll a D7, and that's just not one of my choices.
Well, let's burn that bridge if we get to it.
Good point. If I die in here, it's all moot.
Right, or if you don't get that result, then it doesn't really matter either. Here you guys go. You can set up your marching order.
Cool.
Okay, so we'll make north the front.
Yeah, north to front would be good. Horace, Rydian, Gerda, Gib, and what's his name, which are not present.
Right, we need Hammy.
But Gib is the light bearer for some reason.
Yeah, because he has spells that require him to put his hand in fire.
Fire. Let's see, we need Hammy, and who else?
We need
make Hammy the light bearer. Yeah, and make Hammy the light bearer.
Oh, and one of Nils's characters.
I keep wanting to pop on top of each other. I guess we're far apart. And Hammy's been enlarged.
Ericor.
Harcourt, Fenton, Mud. Have you been drinking good? Well, my two are there. Hammy's a little big, but it doesn't matter. It's just the marching order.
Let me see if Cindella's attached. There she is. Got her.
I must have the grid turned on.
Oh. Ha. There we go. Alt. Hold Alt while moving, and you can go off the grid.
And then we just need Rydian's follower, correct?
Yes, just one. Just the tip.
Right, cool. And then Hammy's going to be the light bearer, correct?
Correct.
Who had fighting the lantern. I didn't hear any of you guys have a lantern.
Yeah, Hammy
Syndella does
does.
have a lantern. Or sorry,
Syndella.
yeah.
Syndella or Horus have a lantern.
Yep.
Cross off a flask of oil.
Okay.
All right, there we go. That's Gerda, Hammy, Ridian, Arcor, and the Kith follower, Horus, and Syndella. Cool. You guys can set up your marching order off of that. I will turn off the grid because it's not helping anyone.
Should we put Gerda up front next to Horus?
Sure.
I mean, she's no eternal champion, but she holds her own. Plus, I have a feeling I'm going to be doing a lot more shooting and hitting today than casting spells. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I have Syndella's second rank just so that we can have a thief close to the front if we need to figure out with traps and stuff.
Well, you don't need to explore during this day either. You can let time march on.
Well, we could. That would require me having somebody say, yeah, they want to follow Ildavir because I'm getting close to having to have a follower. So that's another reason I have to leave is I have to go start preaching to the village.
Where Garrett's busy building a temple.
Yeah, they're not going to believe him. He can't cast spells. They're not going to buy. I think he just needs to go be a scholar.
How do you know he can't cast spells? You're not there right now.
We have never seen him do it.
Okay.
And we've needed it a few times.
Sorry, I was having a quick dinner with Erica, so
Maybe
What's
Cornus
killing us?
just wanted him to stay in the village the entire time.
You tell yourself.
We were just finishing the marching order, Nils.
I thought we were attacking. Something was attacking us.
No,
Well, we're preparing for such an event.
And we're deciding, well, do we want to just skip a day? Because I have a feeling the next day is not at a -2.
Not a
But
minus
we
3.
have access.
Oh, -3. Shit.
He gave us access to the calendar.
That's true. We do have access to it.
I haven't looked at it at the moment.
I'm just seeing if I can find it. Yeah, I realized we were down so many characters and we'd be able to bring everybody. I was maybe planning on having Ridian stay home because of that. So
You can leave Ridian at home.
and so
Are you checking the calendar to see when our next bonus is?
that's what I'm looking for.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, I found it. So we need to sleep for 2 weeks, and then we'll come back in. I'm sorry. No, I'm just joking. Sword, right? Arrow fall, wolf, horse, helmet, bear, something. Spear.
It's on page. You're at the bottom of page 17. The numbered pages on the almanac.
Yeah, I see it. So when's the next issue coming out, or is it published and you're with your stuff?
Oh, it comes out at Gen Con, the Gongfarn
Okay.
almanac. They don't publish another calendar. I think this was in the first release, which was.
What I meant was you for your article.
Oh, mine comes out with the Gen Con release.
Okay. So we're on the 14th day of the sword. Is that right?
Yes.
So tomorrow is also a -3.
I say we suck it up.
But
We're
the
level.
next day is a +3.
Syndella and Horus are like spells? What?
And it's one of Ridian's favorite days because you get a +1 to corruption-based mutation rolls. And he sounds exactly like that.
Yes, and then high in the sky, the constellation of Gurath approaches.
Whatever that is.
They can't be good.
Yes, Gurath approaches Pontina Mutor, +1 corruption-based mutation rolls.
So yeah, like somebody said, I think we just need to suck it up and deal with it. And Radiant will come along because if nothing else, even at a -3, a +4, fourth level wizard with 18 intelligence.
Intelligence, yeah.
He'll just try to stick to first level spells.
Okay. You guys make it to... Oh, I guess we need the hammy marker.
Because that way he's with us in spirit.
You guys
No.
Here.
Nergal is with us in spirit.
Actually, we got several pounds of her flesh still with us.
That's true.
And let's do this.
I'm sure Slaanesh did everything she could to destroy Nergal's spirit.
Okay, you guys have made it to that arched burial chamber, and yes, indeed, there is a mummified room and a mummified
hand,
a mummified ape in that burial shelf.
Who conveniently has no hands. What?
Yeah, can we grab one of his hands?
Sure. Just note it down on your character sheet.
Excellent.
Now where to, gentlemen?
I feel like we need some music.
You're headed for the statue?
You have a bad feeling it's going to blow up in our faces, but I'm dying to know what these notes do. I'm hoping it opens a secret door. I got a bad feeling it's going to be something bad.
A lot of bad feelings and not a lot of good ones.
Take you another 30 minutes to get over there, moving cautiously.
Well, I've been in this dungeon for weeks now. It's not been a pleasant place. Horse fell down a pit.
And nearly died.
Okay.
Cinderella's been here one day and died 3 times.
See, so she's beating the average.
Okay, you're back at the statue with the horns sticking out of its ears.
Can you describe what's around it? Was this like outside of a pair of doors or something like that?
No,
it's at the end of a hall.
No doors here. There's like a dead end.
Okay. I want to make sure we're prepared for something jumping out at us when we play this.
So
that's always what happens to us.
Who wants to play Feed a Bad Egg?
On what?
Well, we have the bagpipe thing, the magic thing, but that only has
that uses a
charge, basically.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I think we should play it on something else.
Well, do any of us have
what?
We lost you, Nils. What did you say?
Do any of us have musical backgrounds in our level 0 careers?
Garrett did, but he's not here. Cindella was a jester.
Okay.
So music isn't horrendously far away from her.
That sounds reasonable and plausible. What is Cindella going to do?
I think she's going to try and hum each of the notes in Feed a Bad Egg. So F, E, E, D, and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, can you do it?
It's a fantastic question.
Can I get a middle C?
Perfect.
Okay, humming through this. Oh, nice. What is your personality?
+1.
Nice. Okay, humming through this arrangement, F, E, E, D, which is what I gathered that you had planned to do from the
Yes.
email exchange that we had last week.
Yes.
A secret door springs to sight.
Ooh.
It opens into a chamber. And then on the far side, you can see another door cracking. So these two doors to the west have opened.
These two one-way doors.
Mm.
Well, it's a good thing we have a crowbar to wedge this one open.
But which way is the one way?
Well, it appears to be this way. Oh, I see. We can get out. We can't get in without the secret.
All right. Will you investigate this room to the west?
Yes.
Before, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just the one we just walked into. Yes.
Okay. In the center of this, not this room that you're in is barren, but if walking
okay.
into the, why don't
Next
you go ahead and
triangular
enter
room.
the next room?
I've been hoping to find this because I could just see the tip of the room right here.
Yep.
Right. From some of the earlier explorations when the light source was a little goofed up, or the dynamic lighting there.
No, Ildavir was giving us
Right. Some precognition.
That was it. She was helping.
In the center of this room, there's a circle of stones, a small circle of stones that surround a pile of gray ash. And there's a cairn built against the south wall. A cairn's like a stone burial pile, and it's clearly large enough to cover a human. And then besides that cairn, you see a brittle sheet of parchment.
Gerda's going to go take a look at the parchment.
And that's resting like atop the cairn itself. And there's a pair of ape jaw bones that like rest on top of it like some sort of grim paperweight.
Can I take a look at the parchment to see if there's something to read?
There is. It's folded. Would you like to remove it and inspect it? Would you like to stick your hand in the hole?
See, that's all I ever hear anymore. No matter what you ask, that's what I actually hear. Hammy's going to look and see, is there a deadly arrow trap pointed at this thing?
Cindella's also going to look because she's got some thiefy skills.
All right. What are your spot trap mods?
It is Find Trap. I'm at a +5.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Safe.
It's safe? Okay.
It appears to be safe.
Unfolding the parchment, you discover a letter. If you click on it, it should enlarge so that you could read it.
Ooh, so it does.
That you found and entered this refuge betokens goodly acuity. May that is also signify judiciousness of action. Heed these words. Was this written by Sullens? I implore you to seal up this complex forthwith and return whence you came. Never revisit this place. Keep secret all your learnings of it. Set ablaze your writings of it, and never more put them to paper. Should you command the blessings of a wish, invoke it so as to undo your expedition. Only then shall you exist in peace. We may all suffer from a further request, but by incautious if sympathetic oath I must deliver it. Should any remains or worldly possessions still exist within the crude cairn nearby, disinter and return them to the scions of Colbranus. And the second, do not neglect the first. Meaning, if we are taking the stuff out of here to take back to the Scions of Colbranus, we should not ignore his first request of sealing this place up.
Well, it sounds like he's saying seal the place up no matter what. If we can.
Right. And that if there are remains in this cairn, to take them with us. Just don't forget to lock it up.
Yeah, I was hoping that the key would do that.
Well, I guess the question is he talking about the whole dungeon complex or just this room?
I think he means the whole complex.
That's what I thought too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's interesting because that's been my gut reaction even before we heard that there might be some massive weapon below. All right, well, Hammy, feeling the spirit of Gib urging him on, is going to disinter this dead body.
And you know there's something in it because if it was an adventure and there wasn't, it would be useless.
Oh, okay. So you're unpiling the cairn?
Yes.
So beneath the first layer of rocks, you can see a mummified human corpse. It's easily hundreds of years old. It's wearing banded mail that shows some rust, but on each hand, both the left and the right, are rings, a gold and a topaz ring. They're in pristine condition. And there's an ornate footman's mace that's lays beside the body beneath these stones. The flanges are of the mace each of them form the leg of a large six-legged horned lizard, which is kind of the body of the mace head itself. And it's radiating magic, a magical radiance, magical aura about it.
Do you guys mind if I pick this thing up?
Go for it.
Is it
Are
on
the
top
rings
of the body?
radiating any magic?
What's that?
Are the rings radiating any magic?
No, the rings are not radiating magic.
Well, Sindela says they look pretty and they'd look even better on her.
Nope, we're returning them.
Well, for now, she'll hold
No.
on to them.
I don't trust her. She's new to the party. I think Horace should trust him because he's an honest guy.
Okay.
I mean, I can hold them, but wearing them underneath plate gauntlets is a little bit awkward.
You don't want to wear them. You just want to hold on to them. Tuck them away.
Okay, they're going in the backpack.
I'm sure I'll trust the thief eventually, but she's a thief. And
She is a chaotic thief, so she's.
And we
very-
brought her back from the dead a couple of times, and she hasn't even once thought about joining my religion. So
She doesn't believe that you were the one who brought her back, though.
we'll see what happens next time she's bleeding.
She knows you healed her, but brought her back from death. She's lucky.
Yeah, we'll see how she feels. I'm just saying. All right, so we found everything in this room. I've got a mace. We got a couple rings. We're taking the letter with us. And I will say a prayer over the body.
Okay.
Mills, you were
Basically,
about to-
I'm just thinking we should, think a little bit more about this letter. Seal everything up, leave immediately, take the body with you.
Well, he didn't want to take the body. Didn't the letter just say take the items back to the scions of whatever?
Well, let's see. Let me look at it. It says,
Should any remains or worldly possessions still exist within this crude cairn nearby, disinter and return them to the scions of Colbranus. So he wants they want the remains
As well.
Yes.
so obviously we can't necessarily take the remains with us right now, but if we should immediately leave. Although we don't have an easy way to seal the dungeon,
Right.
since from inside somehow and then get out.
Right.
Climb up that chimney.
Yeah, but yeah, the only one who could fit there would be Hammy, and he couldn't get through the openings
right.
at the top.
That's right. I forgot it was too small. So I guess what I'm wondering is, how serious do we want to take this letter? Because if we're like talking about, taking this to the Scions, whoever they are, then we should follow the rest of the. We shouldn't be pick and choose what we're doing.
Yeah.
If we're going to worry about this letter at all, should we then should we go ahead and just leave?
Right. The other thing to consider is it's possible that whoever this guy was or stayed behind with a group of adventurers that ran through this to keep this place sealed.
Oh, there's another thing to note that you suddenly notice about the room that you're in. The wall to the west is transparent. You can see through it. In fact, your lantern light shines through the wall, but it shines in a peculiar way. You don't necessarily see any shadows being cast on the far side.
We can just see on the far side.
You can just see onto the far side.
So we're on the other side of that mirror.
It's a one-way mirror.
Yeah, and this mirror is like oddly rippling. It's clearly magical. And you can see two of those dogmen off to the south. They're just kind of watching the reflection in the mirror that bounces off to the west there towards the portcullis. I'll be right back with you. I'm grabbing a drink. But they don't see you.
It's already painting.
Elves.
Dungeon tiles.
You guys are getting kind of boring.
I got to be honest. I'm on my very last starter set of dungeon tiles. I'm almost done with them.
Wow.
I know.
You have no job right now, so.
Yeah, I got other things I have to do, so it's not like I sit around here all day painting. Though that would be nice. What are you working on?
I got the Simian gang for the Savage Core game.
Okay.
A bunch of basically chimpanzees with weapons.
Sort of like what we've been dealing with in this game.
Exactly. I was kind of thinking the funny coincidence that at this point, basically, other than the size, because these are actually about 20 years, for portraying whatever it is that we've been finding in here. It does seem kind of strange that we haven't seen any apes for a long time, with them being the main instigator of getting us in here.
Yeah, I think a lot of what this place used to be for is no longer in effect.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were talking about this last week. I think that while some of it maybe they're still being summoned or whatever, I think a lot of the next stage that then puts them into armor and the fancy outfits and then puts them in the freezers, I think a lot of that's broken down or gone or something's not working right. Or this demon came in and started torturing things because remember we found that vivisected ape.
Mm-hmm.
So I think other things have come in here have messed with what's going on. My concern is, number one, we don't know how to seal this place up. We can't just close the door. We could bar it, but then someone's trapped in here. Oh, no, we don't have a summoned spirit or anything fun like that, do we?
Why?
Oh, the Eternal Warrior could do it because he'll just disappear. He'll close the door and bolt it, and then he'll go back to his own plane at the end of the day.
You have a way to do it with the existing party.
We have the way to do it with the existing party, which is me.
It's the only GM hint I've given you. this whole game, this entire dungeon.
Yeah, absolutely. It would have been handy here. Don't put your hand in the hole. That would have been a good tip. But hey,
No!
I'll take what I can get. The current party can seal the dungeon without leaving anyone behind, is what you're saying.
He didn't say without leaving anyone behind.
No, without leaving anyone behind.
Okay. I thought he was just being mean.
So
You just leave another party member like this guy. I mean,
I would say, I'm guessing this guy got left behind by his party or volunteered and sealed it up. And well,
No, he's dead.
yeah, and he died down here because he got
Right,
trapped.
but who buried him? He wouldn't have buried himself under rocks.
Yeah, exactly. Who wrote the note?
And placed it on top of the rocks outside of his burial.
He got tired of living, wrote the note as a suicide note, and put himself in the air and lit it on fire and died. Morbid, but
I'm not buying it.
okay.
Well, I'm wondering if he's meaning we have, through all the pieces and accoutrement we've picked up, we've somewhere in there is the explanation of how we do it, or if we have our party has skills that would allow us to do it. I'm guessing the former.
Yes. That we've picked something up that will do it.
Probably, I'm guessing it probably has something to do with the tablets and stuff like that. They somehow explain things.
No, it's knowledge you already have.
Wow, I think he's like done with this adventure and wants to move on. He just wants us out of here.
Well, that's two of us.
yeah.
Yes.
That's not exactly true either. I'm just kind of holding that carrot out, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so we found a secret room. I've got a mace that is magic of some sort.
Well, I think before we actually lock this place up, Gib is going to be quite remiss if we don't go grab a spell book.
Yeah, I think that was the next plan, right? We turned the lock. We got an. Yes, we need to check the spell book, and then we're going to do the ape hand and the ink. Yeah, or the sap.
Right. I think once we do those two things, we can lock this place up. Because if we lock this place up, we don't need to worry about an annihilation seed.
Well, no, wait. I called dibs on that.
Well, look at it this way. We're saving the annihilation seed for you to come back and get later when you're ready.
Mm-hmm. When you have a whole cult with you.
Right.
That you can offer sacrifices to power the seed.
It wouldn't do you any good now.
Exactly.
Not sure if I'm buying that.
I mean, or if you want to volunteer and, be the one to lock this place up.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, Ridian will lock himself in so that he can study it.
Yes.
Throughout his whole life.
And he would too.
All right. Well, let's get the Ridian will consider while we get the hand.
We got the hand. Now we're going to go get the spell book, which he's got to be interested in too.
Oh yeah.
I'm just guessing you'd be interested in the spell book that a demon left behind.
Yeah, obviously Gibbs not going to want it because he's lawful. And not here.
And not here.
I'm
All right, what do you guys want to do?
We want to head down to the next level where we found the wizard/demon sleeping.
Back to the
go down the stairs and take a left. Now, the other thought I had this week was we have found those what appears to be the end of a musical instrument sticking up out of the ground at key 8 points, and one of them was outside the freezer, where all the little rooms, right? And the other one was at the base of these stairs, where there's that little where we found the room that drained their brains. So I'm wondering if that was what's used to tell them where to go.
Right, they're kind of like repeaters for the signal.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like, musical signals in the military, different revelry, different bugle calls mean different things.
Right.
And maybe a call meaning something from a different place call. I don't know. But
Or it's just a calling mechanism that they use, or they play in different horns to bring the apes to different points.
now the other thing I keep thinking about is this drawing on a book to open a door. And I'm wondering if we can draw on a book to open a door so that we can close the big main door. So I want to see if we can find a way that opens a door to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like a magic door.
I'm sorry, out of where? Out of the dungeon?
Out of the dungeon.
Well, actually, I think you hit it. We go outside, we draw the door closed.
Or we find inside what that symbol means and open the magic door in here to get out after closing the main door.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's the secret way out. What? I'm sorry, what symbol was it?
It was drawing a door on a book.
Right.
And it appeared,
Okay.
yeah, and we tried drawing it, and you couldn't actually draw it on the book that the statue's holding, so there's got to be a different book.
Well, we have the glass panels and the quill.
Well, we can always try drawing it on a glass panel with a quill.
Right, but we probably don't want to do that until we're ready to leave because we don't want to seal ourselves in here.
No, and I think
Right.
we're dealing with two different things. I think someone came along and found this ape army manufacturing plant, which is what I think this kind of is, and they came along and did their own thing. And I think the rooms with the holes where someone was watching, I don't know if that's the same one. Well, maybe no, it's the same being, isn't it? Because they were testing different creatures to see who would make the best servants.
Right.
Yeah. Where they were probably trying to get close to human, but not human intellect to make it easier to manipulate them.
Yep.
But having opposable thumbs to wield weaponry better.
You can just leave it there. Yeah.
And flip people off.
And
Yeah.
flip people off. We do that.
Okay, when will you be back? 2 hours.
I'm not going anywhere.
We're going down to the dungeon.
I'm talking to my daughter.
Yeah.
And I'm certain at least one of us flipped off the nulls from the mirror.
Oh, every one of us did. And Hammy's there going, "Fuck you! Fuck you! Fucking stand on me, you shit!" Thank you for reminding me. I meant to say that too, by the way.
I was like, it's a perfect opportunity.
You guys are headed for the stairs.
Yeah, well, we got a hand, and we want to go down because downstairs is where the spell book is, and whatever else was in that room. We didn't mess around in that room a whole lot because we figured the demon wizard floating an inch or two above the sheets, glowing threateningly, was probably a good reason to leave.
Right. That was the discretion part of valor.
Now, I may be wrong, but I'm also delighted with myself that I got this idea that you'd stand there in front of this mouth right by the doors where we are right now, and you'd play the bagpipes into the mouth, and that would project it out through those holes that we found way up there on the hill.
Right. That was an interesting observation that you guys had last week.
Yeah, we had
Wow.
some big leaps last week. I was really impressed with us.
Whoops. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the hammy token down to the stairs. All right. You guys have been in the dungeon about 2 hours. And you've just descended the stairs to the second level. At the base of the stairs to the north of you, you can see one of those fluted pedestals emerging seamlessly from the stone floor. To the
Is there
east
any way
of
that it
you,
looks like?
go ahead.
Is there any way how it looks that the oboe thing that would fit into that pedestal in some way?
We had talked about this last week. You could probably play the oboe thing over the top of the pedestal, but it doesn't.
Right.
It's not a seamless. It's not something that
Okay.
like would slot.
Right. So
into
you would play it, and it would be projected wherever it needs to go through the pedestal. Okay, got it.
The moat is to the east of you, and to the west of you is that bizarre mural.
Yes.
Oh, with the tiger people and the space vampire in the eyes.
Yeah.
Right, right. And the Watcher in the Dark was over there. And
Do we have a map we can look at? Because
Oh,
if I'm not
sorry.
mistaken,
Put you on.
we're still at the first level. If I'm not mistaken, we want to go to the left, and then to the,
Yeah,
and then north. Yeah.
got it. Right, and
Oh,
We
and
never
there's
did go through this
and then
door.
that center door. Yeah, but we're gonna go to someplace we know what we're looking for to start with before we start fucking with new shit.
and remember there was that giant roar when we killed the
When
space
the vampire thing, yeah. Well, it was like like an agonized, grief-filled, not a "I'm going to kill you" roar, but a, "Oh my god, I can't believe my vampire mutant thing died."
And now I'm going to kill you.
Well, you had to add that, didn't you? I look to the positive. I'm just going to repeat that. I'm looking to the positive.
Cinderella's a thief assassin. She knows.
She
nothing.
died 3 times last week.
She has a sort of a bleak look on life. Bleak
affinity
outlook on
with
life.
death.
Yeah.
Something to do with this adventure and something to do with how she was raised, you know.
Well, we're not going to hold it against her.
Much.
Okay, so Aaron, just so you know, I just moved partway and stopped just because I assume you want to do.
Oh, sure.
things,
No,
or...
that's fine. I'll. You can keep moving. I'll stop you. You won't be able to move any further if there's a
locked door.
A door
Right.
barrier that you haven't been through.
Right. So we want to proceed carefully through where this thing was. Is that
Okay,
wizard guy?
Why don't you stop here? So
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
You enter into so you enter into the Chamber of Horrors, as it were.
Yeah, it's a torture chamber, and his bedroom is off of it. But after the knowledge you guys got from the crystal bed thing, I'm not surprised. He's a warped shit.
Right. So from here, you can see these swirling black shadows. Just swarming this area to the south.
Mm-hmm.
Where the wizard was?
Where the wizard boudoir was, yes. The wizard boudoir.
So this could be like 400 demons running around.
Yeah, it could be something we don't want to mess with. What do you think, Nils, Mr. Chaos Wizard?
So in my chaosity, do I feel any affinity for these things?
Chaosity?
Or, obviously there's probably some sort of magical thing. Do I have any sense from them of something? Or the Kith or the elves and their heightened kithiness?
Or does Gerda sense that these are undead that need to be sent back to the plane of undeath?
Okay, one of you make a intelligence check, DC 12.
I nominate Nils.
Sindel and Horst are just looking at each other going, I don't want to go in there.
All right, you just barely made it, Nels, with the 12. So there's something definitely moving down there in that room. You can hear a snorting and a snuffling and a patting of feet.
Okay, so when you said shadow swirling, it's not actually like
It's not like
Harry
demon
Potter
shadows.
room for-
Right,
But
right, right,
no,
right, right.
it does
It's
look
actually-
like those kind of swirling demonic shadows that come from the nether regions of hell.
Yeah, it could just be
So
the lighting.
Or it could just be the lighting. Let's see.
Sindel and Horace are just looking at each other, looking at the shadows, shaking their heads. Nope.
Hmm.
Their
Well, it doesn't
specialty
seem
is
like,
natural things.
it doesn't seem like this is going to be something that would be an easy.
Did we
into
lose Nils?
too much?
Oh, there he is.
Did you say it was gonna? Didn't look like it was gonna be easy.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be an easy grab. So I'm thinking we may not want to get into things too involved too much, given our new knowledge about the place.
Says the guy who's upset we want to leave the annihilation weapon behind.
Yeah, there is that. Well, I still haven't decided if I'm staying or not.
And this is drastically turning it in one direction.
Anything. Did
Okay.
I lose it?
Do we want to deal with this or do we want to back out of here?
I don't think we unless Gib is here to push us on to get the spell book. I don't think we want to deal with it.
Well, here's my point. You're the other wizard, and if you're like, no, we really need that spell book, then I'd say let's do this. But you're the other wizard, and you're like, I don't know.
Well, to be
Who's
completely
carrying-
meta, I don't have any.
Who's carrying the oboe? I forgot about that in our inventory check.
The Slanesha.
Is it on our character sheet?
Yes.
Yes, because she wasn't carrying anything, and we were worried about encumbrance.
Cool.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, to be completely meta, I can't. I'm full up on spells, so I can't use anything that I can find in there right away.
Unless you want to give up slots.
Oh, right. Okay, that's right. I had forgotten you could do that. Let's do whatever else we need to do.
Let's check out some other things first.
Like that other door on the right,
Or putting
or the
the
door.
hand.
Yeah, or the bloody
Or-
hand.
Yeah. These are all good things.
Well, I don't know about good, but yeah.
But we would rather do these things than deal with whoever is hiding underneath the robes.
Horace and Cindella heartily agree to not deal with whatever that demon thing is.
Okay, what are you guys going to do?
I think we should back out. Because you can't just open this other door if there's something. Because this isn't another room; it's a curtain there.
Yeah, that's true.
So we need to go to like here. Or do we want to get out of the room? Because we can't just go check out. We can't just go check out. Damn it! We can't just go check out that door. Is what I'm saying.
Not easily.
Not unless we want to deal with the thing that's snuffling around in there.
Right, but we do have.
We lost you, Nils. What was that? We have a what?
We have the other door.
Yeah, we have that one. Yeah. Let's go down and check out that one on our way over to see what the hand does.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're at.
Okay.
Oh man, Mike is going to be pissed. And even last week, as we were getting out of here, severely wounded, I was tempted to come check things out then, because we had just made that guy disappear.
And aren't you glad we didn't?
Well, who knows what this is? It could just be one of the gnolls.
Oh, this door opens to the north.
Then we should go through it.
Go through it. Go through it, Norris. Ah, yes. This is what connects up to the other part of the dungeon, I'm wondering.
Mm-hmm.
Do
So
you
it's
wanna go
about time we found this way.
Do you want to go through this door?
Yes.
It opens to a hallway leading to the east into the darkness.
A one-way door.
Okay, so before we all go or before we begin going through the door, Cindella is gonna take her crowbar and basically try or get it wedged in between where the door should close as a doorstop to prevent it from locking behind us.
You want to leave your crowbar behind?
If it means we don't get trapped, it is certainly staying behind.
Yeah, or I'll wedge in my my old mace.
Who wants to wedge what? And then
I'll leave it. I'm going to leave the mace because that way I don't have to cross it off my character sheet. That way I don't have to write second mace.
Okay. I will...
Jewel rings. That would be an easy thing to wedge in there.
The rings?
I was joking. Yes.
Hey, you're weird, Nils.
See if I can get Cindella pissed off.
No, Horace is carrying them.
Well, but Cindella wants them.
Right.
And using them as a door. Well, let me put it this way: if you use them as a doorstop, the door would close.
Because they wouldn't be there. What rings?
I don't know what you're talking about.
They must have gotten blown out in the hall in that breeze that closed the door.
We'll have to go check on that later. Much later.
I did. I left a note for you. Okay, nice.
Another door. We're getting awfully close to the room with the garbage elemental.
Well, it's got a secret door. Is that a secret door going back into that room? It looks like to the left.
No, it's a one-way door going back into that room.
Well, that's kind of what I meant.
Interesting. I say we listen and go through, check out this door first.
Okay.
Hey, who wrote Mace?
I did.
Very handy.
The door opens into a passageway leading off to the north.
Do you want to keep going north, or should we check out this door down to the south first?
Well, the door to the south is completely enclosed by other stuff. So it kind well, the other thing though is that's getting close to where we're not supposed to go. With white.
They attacked us and tried to eat our wounded. We owe them nothing.
Cindella.
We see them again, we kill them.
Right. Okay. Let's go to the one in the south, just because it kind of is more enclosed and.
That was my thought. Less chance of wandering all over the place and losing track.
All right. This door opens to the east into.
This dungeon is terrible on our ability to get distracted easily.
Mm-hmm.
And so you come into the room, and it's there's a door there to the east. You can see an angle of the wall, and one to the south.
Mm-hmm.
And then who's in the back of the marching order? Oh, I think it's Ridian and Slan Nagash are like startled by this huge mural that's on the western wall. There's a huge etching of a brain with eyes that project from like the profile of the brain, and they're like looking at the door.
The door we just came through?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And yes. They're like pointing this way
Follow the eyes.
to the north. They're pointing pretty much directly to the north.
Follow the eyes, exactly what I was thinking. Because, what is it they say? Follow the eyes, the unerringly shepherd the mind.
We're in our giant brain room.
Is there anything else written on this big mural of a brain? Are there words?
No words.
And they're all looking north.
North, yep. Well, it's like a profile view of this large brain etching, and the eyeball is like protruding from the brain itself, and like looking, and it's pointed directly up there towards the north.
Let's check the north wall for secret doors, Piers, or if anything.
You want to search there?
Brain activity.
Slap him.
I don't find anything.
Yeah. Let's check the door and the angled wall next, and then I go back the way we came, because I think that's going to lead us to something brainy.
Oh, can I get a 19 intelligence?
We have the knowledge on us to close the door and get out of here.
Let me just check my other map. Did I forget to? This opens into a bare room, 30 by 30-ish with that angle on the southwest.
So it's a room full of bears?
Yes. Okay. Roll for initiative.
All right. Well, guys, shall we
go the other
Let's
way?
examine the eye itself in the picture.
Oh yeah, what's the eye made out of?
It's like a mural. It's paint on the wall.
Okay, so
And is there? Can you checking it out a little bit closer? Is there like any unevenness in the eye? Any secret compartments or buttons to push in it, kind of thing?
Touch it. You want to search the
mural?
Yeah.
Mandela will also be searching.
Pretend we're Gib poking at everything, and then
sure.
That's what we do.
And Gert is watching to see if nothing walks in on us.
Yeah, you don't find anything.
Thank you.
Okay, so we didn't find anything.
I say we.
So where is that arrow exactly where the eye is? Is it like in that 10-foot or 5-foot square?
It's that arrow is just there to represent the direction at which the eye is looking.
Okay, so where exactly is the eye?
Sure, I'll put that on the map for you.
Okay, all right. So I wasn't clear exactly where it was. So.
There's the mural of the brain, and there's the eye.
Hold on a second.
What?
Oh, I see. Okay. I was just noting on the big room on the other side of the moat, at least on my map, right? Here, there looks to be a little something that's not the wall, but I know it's to the south, and it's just like a little triangular alcove. So maybe that's...
Right. It appears to be where the guards were posted when we came across.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, it says, follow the eye. It's looking to the north, but it's actually pointing to the east.
I see. I see. So it's worth checking that east wall too.
But, right. So let's do that.
Okay.
You want to go back and check the eastern wall?
Sure.
Yes.
No need to move. I'll just make a check for you here. No, you don't find anything.
Okay.
Do you want to search some more?
No, I don't think so.
No, I think we're going to go through the door that the eye's looking through.
this door that you're at now.
Well, yeah, because it would have been this door. I would have led this way. So yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna go retrieve my mace and let that door close.
You're going to do that now?
Yeah, on the way because it's
Oh, now
right
that we
there.
found another doorway out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Are you going? The party's going, or are you going alone?
I figure we'll just go over there and let the door close, and then we'll go out through this door after I get the mace. We stick together. We're not going alone anywhere.
Okay. That was my question.
That's when you run into the giant spider
Are you
creature
going through
thingamajig.
that door to your west?
I think that's an excellent idea.
Pardon me,
Yes.
your other west.
Yeah.
East. Pardon me.
This is this is not an 80s horror movie. We're not going to all wander off by ourselves.
No.
That's no fun.
Hold on a second. I need to go turn off the fan. All right, I'm back. Aha! There's our connection. But we have to deal with the garbage elemental.
What? Oh, there's one-way door, and then we're back into the garbage elemental room.
Mm-hmm.
So before we go through that, let's review what we remember. There was
We don't need to go
beetle
through it.
carcass. Is that where we got the? I mean, I know that's where we got the beetle pieces from, but
Yep.
was that just like dead beetles stuff we found?
Yeah, it was just all kinds of dead things in there. But if we go back this way, there's an angle. So I say we don't need to go into the elemental room.
Okay, when you come to this room,
I'm just saying,
are you traveling to the west, or you just
Yes, we're going west.
yes, because there's no reason for us to go back in the elemental room.
right?
I think we missed a door.
All right, there are
I have an inkling. I have an inkling. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so along the west wall, there are a couple of slabs of limestone that are sort of arranged like a bench, and on top of or near that bench are some carcasses, those beetle shells, and there's all this charcoal scribbling on the northeast wall. It says in common, "Pass right, only singly, doomed is the flock." And there's small lumps of charcoal scattered around that area of the northeast.
Okay, so the charcoal is, well, the charcoal's here.
Yep.
And it says keep to the right, single file.
Mm-hmm.
And
in the center of the eastern wall is a huge oversized ape head relief. Eyes, ears, and nostrils all depicted as if they'd been stitched closed, but the mouth is open without any teeth.
Does the mouth appear to have soot and charring like it spit fire?
No, there's no marring or anything like that around the mouth.
Well, guys, do we want to go further, or do we want to go back and test our red sap handprint idea?
I'm going to go with red sap hand.
I think I would like to do that before we start new conundrums.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So to do that, we'll need to come back this way. Now we can zip through the elemental room, but I have a feeling that would be a bad thing. So should we just cross the moat?
Well,
Yeah.
Which would you rather do? We can just run through that. We outran that thing before, and if it doesn't know we're here, we can just go through.
I would prefer to run through
Yeah.
the elemental room.
All right.
Okay.
So Aaron, that's the plan.
Oh, you guys are going to try to make your way
We're going
through.
to try to open this door, and then we want to move quickly. You can see this. I can't, can I?
I can see it, yeah.
And then we want to, yeah, that's what we want to do to try to get past. Because when we got to the cross hallway there, it didn't seem to follow us any further. So we're hoping whatever it is, we can outrun it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Gerda will
Sindel-
take up the rear this time with her binding spell to let everybody else get through first.
Okay, one of you make a luck check.
Let's let Hammy do it. Unless someone has a higher luck than 15 or 16 right now.
Nope, I'm at 14.
All right. Come on, Hammy, you can do this.
Sindela has extra movement.
Yes, I do it.
You guys make it safely through without disturbing any in this sort of garbage pit. And then you break away off to the east there and then to the north. And then you're back in the room with the handprints and those statues that looked at the walls. One of you make a luck check, someone other than Hammy.
Okay.
We're watching for a snake, by the way. Woohoo! Nice.
Okay, you guys are okay. That must have been
That's Sindela.
Sindela. Okay.
Though actually Horace would have made that too.
Well,
But it's Sindela who did it.
you're working your way down the luck ladder.
All right. So one of the statues is wrecked
Yeah.
because Gib likes to wreck things.
He's a regular vandal.
He really is. But it's why we got some gems and stuff. So
Good regular Vandal Savage.
all right, so we're gonna just like last time, because I got some of that sap in the vial there, I'm gonna do the same thing to get some of the sap off of the ivy right near where those handprints are.
Okay.
I'm gonna cover it in the cover the mummified handprint with it.
Okay.
And give it a good hard slap right about where I see their handprints. Did you guys just see the whole world move?
I moved it. I'm sorry.
I thought it was because I slapped it too. I slapped it really hard.
Earth-shattering blow.
Right. So you're slapping up, and it leaves the vague impression of a handprint. You know, it's kind of clawed, you know, as a withered hand might be, but it's trying to stretch out the fingers and place this handprint on the wall. You do succeed at doing that, but you don't notice any.
Nothing seems to happen.
No triggering behavior.
All right, gentlemen.
But while you're doing this, somebody else besides Hammy and Sindela make a luck check.
One of my characters has a 14. You figure out which one it is. Sure, it's not. Okay, so Eric will make a luck check.
Okay, you made
Nice. Aaron's just waiting to kill us, isn't he?
Which may be our cue to figure out how to lock this place and run.
Well, if that was the cue that you guys You guys missed it by a couple of sessions.
Yeah, no kidding. Last session is when we got a hold of the horn. So that's the first time I felt that we've accomplished something.
That was quite a big pull session for sure, especially in terms of treasures earned. Although you also did find this magical mace this session behind that secret door that's plagued you since the very first session in the many gates of Gann.
Yeah.
Well,
So maybe it needs to be attached to a living person.
what does?
Someone, not just a disembodied hand. I mean, if a live person, one of us, is able to do it, I wonder if that might trigger something. That might be
I tried it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Last time Gerda did it, and just because there's a little person handprint you can see right there.
Okay. I didn't remember that. All right. And we need to get Sky to come in here and do it.
Yeah, we're not bringing Sky in this place. Poor guy, he'd be traumatized.
Okay. What's next on the list?
I think it's figure out a way to lock this place up and run.
Well, how to lock this place up once if we get out? I have a bad feeling that there's more levels down where the weapon and stuff is, but I don't really want to find it if I can avoid it. The other place we have not checked out is where we put the head on the pedestal and the door opened, and we didn't go any further there.
Oh, that secret room. You are correct, sir.
That was after you had fallen through the pit and we had a couple of injured people. We decided we needed to get out.
And we decided to go to the cat room, or the cat secret door, instead of the other secret door. Right.
Correct.
Well, we can go check out that secret door, I think.
I think it would behoove us. I would prefer to stick to finding out things
That we already know about?
Well, yeah, try to solve a few things that we have ideas on rather than new conundrums. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, we're watching for snakes.
We're watching for anything.
If it moves, it dies.
Yeah, and I just can't help but think that there's something with these statues we're missing too.
Yeah, these 30 feet moves that you're making, that's exactly right. You can make 2 of those per turn, so this is working for me. You should be able to pass those doors. This is those, and then these are the 2 big statues, one with the quill and one with the book. And now the 2 doorways that lead east and west, and then to the north, an opening into like a
rough-hewn
chamber. And this is where you fought the humanoids, the blinded humanoids, whose tokens are still on the board.
Their bodies, because we left 2 of them dead and sent the other ones back with their heads. And then there's that another stasis door right there. That's
right.
Good thing I picked up my mace.
Now that I'm thinking about it, we never did check out what's to the north up here, or what's through that eastern door.
Yeah, exactly. There's a ton we haven't checked out. But I'm thinking we've done what we came to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could come back, but I really want to see if we can't close this for good.
Yeah.
After we get
After we get the what? The
weapon. Yes.
Side effect of the rune sword.
Power.
Okay.
So you're looking. So
we're opening this door.
This door's still open.
Okay, so we can go through it because it's not going to close behind us because this is the direction it can go. Yeah.
Yes, and it has stayed open as long as there's something on that pedestal. Remember, you place that thing on the pedestal. Now, this is a new area for you, I believe.
Oh, and another way into that snake room. Because this is the snake room.
Yeah.
Oh, where we saw the dead body and everything?
Well,
Well,
no,
the
it's a creepy
not-
little guy and some skins.
Here there are
That's okay.
murals on the north, west, and south walls.
Okay.
They realistically depict an orgy of humans practicing gruesome acts of cannibalism upon one another. Every so often, one of the cannibals' eyes appears to glance at someone in the room and then looks away.
Not again.
What?
The murals all kind of radiate a faint magic. There's a step
Slanesha
ladder.
says,
Go ahead.
what?
What, Nils?
Slanesha says, oh, it's my family portrait.
So I'm going to guess there's another watcher behind this wall. And what we heard screaming when we killed the first one was this one.
Oh, good point. Let's all wave at the watcher.
All right. You
let's
said there's a
see.
step
So-
ladder?
Yes, there is a step ladder of steel and petrified wood standing in the northeast corner near an open ebony box, and which contains these jars of paint and 3 long silver paintbrushes. All of them are embellished with intricate designs of leeches and maggots.
And Cinderella is not keen on touching any of this.
I wonder if we can use this stuff to draw a door.
And the box radiates a faint sense of magic.
The picture that we saw of somebody drawing a door in a book, were they using a quill or a paintbrush?
Quill.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, just want to check.
It's a good point. Let's not touch the maggoty paintbrushes.
No.
I'm not putting my hand in the hole.
Yeah, as they suck away your blood and use that to write with. Yeah, no.
It's a brilliant crimson.
Of course it is. Yeah, we read Harry Potter.
There are doors to your east and to the south.
Slanesha is going to close the box and take the paintbrushes with her.
Okay, write it down on your character sheet.
So you said
There,
there's
inside the box, there are these 3 paintbrushes and a number of paint jars, actually 16 in total.
It's a nice
But-
set.
So you said that there's a stepladder?
Hmm.
Yeah,
it has like 3 rungs on it. Each of them are about a foot tall. You can see that it would be necessary to stand on this ladder to paint some of the upper areas of this bizarre mural
okay.
that sort of adorns most of the north, the west, and the south walls.
So I think we should what wall are we seeing the eyes following us on?
Every one of these, it's like periodically, you don't want to look at this mural, but every so often you kind of catch yourself like just transfixed, and then you sort of notice a pair of eyes following you until you snap your vision to it, and then it's just a painted wall again.
I think it's just in the paint.
So,
Maybe.
Cinderella is gonna pull out her dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Is gonna wait until she can, like, out of the corner of her eye, notice one of the sets of eyes following her, and then she's out of the corner of her eye just gonna throw the dagger at the eyes.
Okay, make a luck check. Your dagger breaks on the wall.
But you hit the wall.
I did hit the wall. I will recover my dagger.
Okay, right, broken next to it.
Do you have a purpose for a broken dagger?
Jamming doors open.
How is it broken? In other words, is it like the blade has splintered in half. The handles come off.
Oh, the narrow tip is broken. So about, I don't know, picturing this dagger being about 10 inches long. Well, it's about 8 inches long now, and it doesn't have much of a tip.
But it theoretically could be brought back down to a
tool.
tip with time.
Oh, with a smith
And
could do
grinding
that.
wheel.
Yeah, a smith could do that.
Right. Okay.
Brian's dwarf.
I was gonna say we have a dwarf who was a blacksmith. Well, shall we go through the southern door?
I think that's our. God, this room's got me freaked out. But yes, that's our best chance. This whole dungeon's got me freaked out. It's really bothering me that I cannot figure out how to close that door behind us. And have us all out.
Well, it's quite elaborate. I mean, it's quite a labyrinth. I mean, if you zoom out and look at what you've explored so far, that's one of the things I love about the dynamic lighting for Roll20. It's just so creepy as you kind of move around the dungeon.
Exactly.
This door to the south opens to a hallway that branches east and west.
Sorry, I got myself lost because I zoomed all the way out. Yeah, but there's no other way out of that we found.
Hold your current position for just a moment. Thanks. Give me just a second here. I forgot to do something.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh-reggy.
It's roo.
So we're not on for this Saturday, correct, Nils?
Correct.
Okay.
Even though we're not going on vacation, or at least not for the
Right.
big
But
vacation.
when I logged on, my Roll20 reminded me, this game in 3 days. I'm like, I think that's
Yeah, I probably should unschedule it if nothing else, because it's actually scheduled to be linked to the convention and the effective that might be.
Wow, it takes as long to base coat one set of these orc warrens as it did to do entire hunks of other stuff.
What are orc warrens?
It's one of the add-ons I could get for the dungeon kits. It's got like a cage and a torture rack, a little foundry. It's got some. Looks like.
Okay, so it's another kit, another add-on from the.
Right, but it's like an orc bed, and it's far more detailed. This stuff's like rocks,
A couple of sticks.
Yeah, like even the mine tracks. That was just one detail. It's like mine tracks, But the orc warren is really. Yeah. Anyway, sorry for interrupting.
That's right. Oh, excuse me. All right. Please continue.
All right, we can go east or west. And it looks like there's something odd to the west here. Should we go look at it?
Sure.
Let's see. So approaching this junction where the corridor branches off to the north and then continues off there in the west into the darkness, you come upon two cells. They have they have bars, crossed bars, and they're about 4 inches apart. They're like gaps of 4 inches in this lattice work of this cell. And they're really dark and shadowy. Your lantern light hardly penetrates the inky darkness there. But in the back, you can see standing rigidly two simian figures, one in each cell. The one nearest to you in the eastern cell looks exactly like many of those stuffed and preserved apes that you've seen stuffed into the burial shells, but it has no evidence of stick-tree. Its eyes are open and its mouth is unsealed. It wears an ancient and cracked leather coat, and its hands are empty, but it looks like it's posed as if it were clutching a rod-shaped object against its chest.
So, are these not moving? Are they appear to be
they're not
frozen like the
moving.
ones in the freezer?
They looked petrified, preserved, like those other taxidermied apes that you've seen, but it doesn't. It has that weird waxy tone to its skin. Very rigid. And these ones are wearing clothes. The ones in the cells, the freezer cells, as you called them, they're not wearing any clothes. They're just au natural simians. So there's one here. Sorry. There's one here, and there's one here.
Does there appear to be a way to open the doors?
There are some. Yes, there's a lock that, like a cell lock, but no keys are hanging on the walls or anything like that. The ape that's in the western chamber is similar to its companion in the east, but it's clutching to its chest something that might look like it was cradling a book.
So this one of yeah.
These might have been the models for the statues out front.
Yep.
Yes, very similar to those statues.
Or they served a purpose and they've been hidden away here. Let's see if we can unlock it.
Okay.
I guess Cinderella's up.
Or Hammy.
Sure, Cinderella. Why don't you make a DC 12? What would be the skill for you on your thief sheet?
Let's take a look.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Or to get
gonna be
Get your
picklock.
talk animals ready.
Picklock skill.
Yeah, picklock. That sounds good.
Okay.
Oh,
17.
Wow.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Now, do you trust her?
No.
All right, let me make a quick calculation here. Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
For who?
That's not. Yeah, that's a key question there.
All right, let's make a surprise check.
I'm not surprised.
But the monsters are.
Thank goodness. Cinderella can start sneaking.
Can you see that in the chat window, Ethan? Or anybody, can they see the surprise check in the
Yeah, we can see the surprise check.
Yep.
Monsters.
monsters. Oh, good typo on my part. Don't look at it. Look away. Look on the other side of the curtain.
Ignore the man behind the curtain. Yeah, what was it? You sent me something about that massage therapist. You said remember, but your autocorrect turned it to Rennet.
Oh, Rennet.
Yeah, I'm like, you got to type some weird shit to change remember to Rennet.
Well, it was late last night too, and I was on my mobile, so.
But doesn't autocorrect usually go something that you normally type?
Not my phone for some reason. I don't know why. It comes up with a kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's based on like how often you type things, and it uses some really weird algorithm to calculate what word should come next.
Yeah, so apparently Aaron types Rennet a lot.
Or it's Renee. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The preserved ape on the far side of the cage, as Sandela says, "I got it." Chunk. It turns its head towards you.
All right, close it. Lock it. Lock it. Lock it.
And you can see these boiling shadows swirling up from behind it.
And
They start to
Sindela,
take on the form of an ape.
Sindela tries to close the door.
Close the door. Close the door. Lock it. Lock. Okay, go ahead and make a pick lock check. DC 15 now. This is you're trying to lock it.
Gerda, talk with animals.
Now I'm going to cast bind.
Well, that'll go away. We want to get it for information.
No, they're gone. Every time we try to talk to any of these apes that have been processed, they're gone. There's nothing really to communicate.
That's true. Well, no, there were apes that
26.
that like were not processed, right?
No, all of them been processed. And once they've gone through that, something's missing. They don't want to go outside anymore.
I thought there was two different. When we first came here, there were two different grapes. There's like apes. There's the purple apes and the green apes. And the purple apes were zombies, but the green apes were okay.
No, none of them were okay. Some of them were really aggressive. Some of them were less aggressive.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta go get some water. I'll be right back. I'm choking here.
Sindela very, very swiftly locks the door.
Now, Aaron, was my read of my communication with them incorrect, or is that right?
No, that's accurate.
Okay. Plus, he's dead. That's not an ape to talk to. He's an ape to bind.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you get the door lock. You get it unlocked. Ha ha! Slam. The ape sort of starts lumbering up towards the cage, the cell door, and like sort of presses its face, mashes its face up against it.
And Sindela backs away.
But from behind it, these two shadowy shapes leach through the bars.
All right. Well, I told you I was casting binding, so
okay.
Banish. He means banish. So as soon as that, so I've already said I'm casting a spell. Just want to get that out there.
Sure. Anybody else casting?
I'm sorry. What's the status? What happened?
The ape cannot get yes, we got it closed. The ape cannot get through, but the dark spirits are starting to shift through. So,
all right. Just a second. Let me check what I can do.
And then Ethan gets to roll for initiative because he's got a level 4 warrior. Warrior needs food badly.
Let me see if I have my card handy for these creatures. If I don't, I'll need to take a moment just to.
I'm sure they're the same as kobolds.
Mm-hmm. They're just like kobolds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The kobolds in Nils's game kicked our asses, if I recall correctly.
Guys weren't paying attention, and there were like 20 of them.
That's right, and we were first level.
Pretty much.
Let's see. Where are we? What room are we in?
We're in the empty room. Just read the description of the empty room.
Mm-hmm. That's the perfect one.
I like the bear room a lot. That's been my favorite so far.
Oh.
Which no one can hear you scream.
Okay. Well, we have. That's actually one thing. We our travels, have we?
Have we what?
We haven't come across much undead in all of our travels.
No, a few. This dungeon's been it.
It's mostly been apes.
Yeah,
No,
we're in
any adventure. In
No,
all our
DCCing.
Yeah, for this campaign.
Oh, for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
This campaign, this dungeon's been the only place we've run into any undead.
Because I'm looking at what I've got, and I don't have anything that I would think that would work against shades.
Yeah, that's my job.
I mean, I can summon animals and summon spiders and things like that, and they can attack, but you don't know that they're really going to do anything.
You never know.
All right. Well, Aircore is casting a spell. No, actually, Aircore's not. He probably would be better if he just fought. If he needs to. No. Aircore is casting a spell.
There you go.
And Bridian's going to cast a spell.
Okay.
Neither Horus nor Syndella will be casting spells.
Probably best.
Though Syndella could, technically, if she had a scroll.
Right, or a book or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Thieves can cast from.
I know where you
scrolls
can
and
find a
books.
book.
Shh.
Hang
Mike
on,
is going to be
just-
pissed off.
We're
I
casting all
can't
these
believe he
spells.
didn't go after it.
Or if we grabbed it and or Syndella just read all the spells and they were one-time use.
I can't imagine we'd want a lot of spells that a chaos demon that likes to torture things would have in his book.
Probably not. Though
Here we go.
Syndella is an assassin.
All right, I'll be right back.
So, Ethan, you want to hear a funny story?
Sure.
Aaron and Peter have already heard about this. You're not on our DOTD emailing list, are you?
I know. I keep
No, I'm not.
meaning to add you, buddy.
Okay. So, what's today? Wednesday? Monday. I was having some heartburn, and I have Prilosec, which is like a prescription heartburn medication.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I took some of that, in the middle of the evening, and thought, great, okay, I should take care of that. I went to bed. It was kind of late, like 12:30. Should have gotten to bed earlier. And then I laid there, and I laid there, and I laid there, and I never went to sleep. Finally, at 6 o'clock, I got up, and I never had gone to sleep. And my mind kept racing, and I was trying to figure out, trying to do relaxation techniques and everything. So I gave up, got up. Next morning, I was getting ready for getting ready in the morning. I went to take my morning pills and realized the night before, I'd actually taken my daughter's Adderall,
Oh
not-
no.
my Prilosec. And the funny thing was, I was fine. And it was a special release medication that's supposed to go for 12 hours. So it should have gone until like 8 in the morning, but I was fine all day, all through the night. I didn't get tired at all. But today about noon, I just completely crashed. I was at work. I was like falling asleep. I was worried about being able to get home safely driving and all that kind of stuff. So,
Wow.
yeah. So I made sure to move that off my dresser and put it someplace safe. So well
Yeah.
away from everybody else.
Yep.
Man. Yeah, well, good thing you're not on heart medication because that would have messed with it.
I am.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Which makes it even more stupider.
Yeah,
More stupider? Yeah.
so be careful, Nils. We need you around.
Yeah, I know. I won't be doing it. It worked really well, but I won't be doing that again.
Well, now you can see why John's, Sullins' students steal that stuff to take finals.
I was listening to a podcast done by a philosophy and a psychology professor, and they were talking about performance enhancing drugs, and they said that in their colleges those kind of things are called, the professors call them tenure pills, to allow them to get everything that they need done in order to gain tenure for their positions.
It's awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
High schoolers do it or use Adderall quite a bit.
That's unfortunate.
It is.
Okay, let's see here. We're going to do an initiative. Sounds like Ridian, Gerda, and Arcor all casting.
I'll try
Yep.
to.
And here's my roll. Beat a 15.
Oh, what's his name?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good to have a warrior.
It is good to have a warrior. Fuck.
Let me cast first. I know what I'm doing. Let me
You
cast
do it first. You do that. Don't forget your mind.
Arcor is casting the clerical spell that he got from the Kith land that we have no idea what it is.
How fun.
All right.
Let the games begin.
Do you have it noted as a level or anything like that?
Let me check my notes real quick. It says 1 clerical ability. Roll d16 for spell check. Gain to state favor on a 1 to 2.
Oh, so
there's
it
no level.
yeah, clerical
Okay.
ability would be like laying hands, turn undead.
Banish, yeah.
Oh.
I think those are the two.
So then how would it get how would you gain disfavor from those?
Well, when you fail,
Yeah, when you fail, you get disfavor.
Oh, you still
You cast it as a spell in order to get what's a normal ability for my cleric. So you could try to lay hands.
well, and that's a spell check for you as a cleric too.
right.
Yeah,
So
turn undead. Yeah.
So there are three basic clerical abilities.
because I may have just noted down ability as a word. I don't know if it actually was an ability or a spell.
Yeah, there's actually 4 clerical abilities, and yes, it is 1 clerical ability. So, it is magic, spell casting,
Okay.
turn unholy, the laying of hands, and divine aid. Divine aid is like summoning,
Right.
beseeching your deity for aid. So why don't you roll a d4 and let's see which one of these abilities it is.
Got it. Okay.
And then I have a question after that.
It is 3, which is the laying of hands.
Nice.
Well, it doesn't really help us there, but okay.
No, but it's good to have another healer if we,
Sure.
you might have the ability to heal.
Anybody down hit points right now?
No.
Cindella.
Oh, is she?
She's down
She's
4.
chaotic.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Okay,
All
so
right.
it's a d16 plus personality for clerics.
And since it's
Well, wouldn't he just cast it as a spell though, so it would be off his intelligence and everything?
No, because the cleric modifier for spell checks is personality.
Because it's a clerical spell, it's got to be personality. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
but since this is a skill, I mean, normally would they roll a spell check for laying on of hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, they do. Okay. For some reason,
Yeah.
I didn't think so. Okay.
No, that's why I rack up my disfavor is healing everybody, and that's why I'm going to start insisting some people start following Ildavir.
I have a feeling that didn't work.
No, that's a point of disapproval. So now you have.
Yeah.
So you can record on your character sheet. Lay on hands, d16, and then you'll need a disfavor track or d16 plus personality.
Right.
And you'll need a disfavor track, which is now currently at 2. And when
Okay. Well, actually, what it says is gain disfavor on 1 to 2 on a spell check roll.
Right.
Yeah,
So you have an increased chance of disfavor, but disapproval is different than
Oh.
disfavor.
Right. That's right. It's okay. So
Yeah.
Just a second. Let me.
Oh, it says gain disfavor on a 1 or a 2.
So basically now he'll get disfavor on a 1, 2, or 3.
So lay on of hands. And I have I'm sorry, I'm never going to keep these straight. I have a disapproval of 1 or 2.
Every day it resets to 1, and every failed spell check gets you 2 points of disapproval.
Oh, right, because I get double favor for it.
Yeah, that's what the intent of the ability.
Oh, okay,
Right.
cool.
So
But-
now your disfavor is 3.
Yes. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, 3. All right. So I've noted that.
Whenever you roll that d16, and if it ever falls, if it's ever within your disfavor range, the disfavor number or lower, then you get disapproval, and disapproval is not great.
No, it's not.
Oh, here's my
sheet. All right, so we got that figured out.
And nobody got healed. Who's next casting?
There's one spell. I'm sorry, Ridian. He's going to cast his his also Kithland spell.
Mm-hmm.
And let me get to that. That said, one random spell from the complete mage's list of spells. No level indication. Roll d16. Cast once per adventure. Overall adventure as defined by GM, not once per game session.
Okay.
Are those shades coming out in the hall on the map?
What?
You painted new things.
Can't help it.
Okay,
so see. So from the full wizard list,
something like 73 spells or something like that.
Do you just want to like roll for level first and then roll for number and level?
No, I'd just rather do
the whole shebang.
The whole shebang. So
that's fine.
Add this up, Ethan, in your head.
Go for it.
27, 24. Sorry, 27, 24, 24, 6, and 5.
86.
86. So roll a 1d 86, Nils.
54. Sounds like a good middle level spell.
24.
Is in the third
48.
level range.
Woo! My first third level spell.
Did you say 54?
Yes.
54 is the third level spell.
Is it?
Should be.
Oh yeah, because the other one's not. Is the third level spell is Consult Spirit. Oh, I love it.
Oh no!
So it's so awesome.
Oh no! Oh! Can I mix it with find familiar, and these shades can become my familiars?
No. Okay. All right.
Good try though.
Oh, it takes a long time to cast. We're gonna let you cast it right now. Well, that's interesting. Okay. This is all right. Well, let's go ahead and make your spell check. Let's see if it passes. So then we can pick up a manifestation.
He's on it. Oh, good lord.
So just roll for spell check.
Just roll the spell check, and then if you get greater than a 12, no, if you get greater than a 15, we'll know you cast it.
What the? Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I only saw a D6 roll. Let me see. 5, 7.
Just
I guess
roll
so. Whatever.
Just roll a D20, Nils.
Okay. Oh no, I need to roll D16 on this.
Oh, roll a D16.
So that spell check wouldn't have worked anyway. Plus 7 for my abilities. Oh, but we got a -3 too.
Yeah,
-3 also.
+4.
Oh, jeez. So 12 -3 is a 9.
Nope.
Lost. Yeah, no success. It was an interesting idea, consulting with these spirits, these shadows from the nether realms.
So
do you want to burn luck?
Oh hell no! I have no luck. I might burn Hammy's luck, but I'm still off by loads, right? I'm at a 9. What do I need to cast it?
16.
16.
Yeah, no. So how honest as a player should I be right now?
Why?
Well, I don't know.
I see. You're going to lie about your dice rolls?
No. With the -3, Ericor would have had a 2 on his spell check.
Oh, that still wasn't a 1, so you're fine.
Well, okay, because the way that my notes read is that I get disfavor on a 1 or 2.
No, that it's meant to imply double disfavor.
Got it. Okay. All right. I'm Well, I'm done with all my stuff
Or
yet.
double disapproval. And
same
it's so confusing to say very disapproval.
Mhm.
Dumb dogs. Any other spells?
Gerda.
All right, Gerda, save us. Pitch to her. Am I cutting
here.
out?
I've been on mute. Sorry. I was eating pistachios.
Just sitting here eating popcorn.
Oh my God, why isn't anybody listening? All right, so what I need to know is the turn undead or turn unholy, and we discussed this when we created the character, which is why I had the discussion about why I don't think she
right.
should animate undead. Is it easier at level 4 to turn undead, or is banish a better deal? Is the spell itself always a better deal than the ability, I guess is my question.
Well, let's see. So
I'll take a look.
these are not.
And since I don't know what these are, I'm going to go with banish anyway. That's my first, but I'm thinking as a
in
general
either
rule.
case, it's a spell check.
Right.
And
your level is only going to modify the roll. It doesn't particularly increase the power of your turn unholy.
right.
But turn unholy is still a spell check like lay hands or anything else.
Well, okay, sorry. That's not entirely true. You can get stuff that'll add cleric level in terms of number of creatures you can turn.
Mm.
Yes. However,
Well, I'm casting banish.
Looking at the chart right here, I'd say banish is more effective than turn undead, unless you got a very
high roll.
A very high roll, like a 20, well over 20s, with the net 3.
Yeah, until you hit 20, you're not touching 3 to 4 hit die creatures at all.
Okay, let's check. Does 12 work on banish? Hammy's burning a luck, so at least it'll go off and we don't get disapproval. So that takes me up into the 14, 15. For the next turn, the target must make a will save to approach within 30 feet of the cleric. If failed, it cannot approach any closer than 30 feet, nor can it hurl missile weapons, speak in the cleric's direction, or otherwise take action against him or her. If forced within 30 feet, the target takes D4 plus cleric level divine damage each round.
Is that a level 2 spell?
Yes, it is.
And how does it manifest?
Silver chains fly out from my hands.
All right.
Well, it says silver chains appear, but I like the idea of them flying out from her hands.
Mm-hmm. I like it too. It's like you reach into your robes and are like, ha!
Yeah, it's very Doctor Strange.
It's very Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a single target.
Control.
So for the next turn, which would be 10 minutes, the next 10 rounds, a will save to approach you. And if it's within 30 feet of you, it takes damage.
Correct.
Each round.
It'd be taking a D4 plus 4.
All right.
That's not much, but it's
Do you
a
want to
start.
just do this one in front of you?
Yeah. Hopefully push it back into the... And just so you know, Mr. GM, I'm armed with the mace we found.
Okay.
Because I'm going to try to figure out what it does.
I've tagged this one here with its effect against you. What's everybody else doing?
Hammy's freaking out and firing a crossbow into the spirit, which I doubt it'll do anything, but what's Hammy got?
Okay.
And he's got an agility modifier plus 1. What the crap are those things? 12.
It's a miss.
7, actually.
No, I rolled a Why did it roll a second time?
No, it didn't. Your first time was your
Spell
banish.
check.
Oh, I see. Yes. 7. Yeah, he missed completely.
They both miss.
Cindella and Horace are both going to take crossbow shots.
Okay.
So here is Syndella. Oh boy. I need to look up this. Have them all prepped for melee, but not for ranged weaponry.
What?
Okay.
I expected
Alright.
better.
Yeah, well. Here's Syndella.
Hmm.
That's gonna miss.
Love for the wicked.
And here is Horus.
Boy, guys, the dice have just left you.
Clearly.
Let's see. I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah. Clearly we are not meant to hurt these creatures. They were warning shots.
Yeah, shit.
But oh, I was gonna say for Syndella's movement action, she moves to the back.
All right. So this billowing shape of shadow comes pouring out from both of those cells. One of them's been driven off into the darkness. There are two that can make an attack against you.
Okay.
I believe it's Gerda and Horus
Could be
in
Horus,
front.
yeah. Yep.
Here's against Gerda.
AC
It's
20.
AC 9 and AC 11. Not so great.
I think it's wonderful.
Okay. I mean, not so great from the game master side of it.
It's just an all-around low turn for the dice.
Okay, initiative. Any spells?
I'm casting. Now, if I
Sure.
cast that same spell again, that'll cease on the first. If I cast it successfully, the first one will cease to be working, and the new one will happen, right?
Checking.
It would be nice to set up a whole line of banishes, but I kind of doubt it works that way.
I don't think it specifies. I'm going to go with it's going to be up to the GM's discretion. I believe.
Yeah, this is like one of those things that you, I don't know, make a luck check.
Okay,
Gerda.
Fair enough.
that's fair. Okay, I failed the luck test. What does that mean?
It just means that you have to concentrate. Against these creatures, you have to concentrate.
So if I cast it again, it'll cease to work on the first one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to have to do that because I think that's in our best interests.
You might get a higher number.
Right. Or disapproval, but
All right.
Positive
So Garrett is
thought.
casting. Anyone else casting?
So who's actually fighting?
Horus and Gerda.
Okay. Yes, Radiant will cast.
All right. Nothing from Aircore.
Yeah, he's gonna wade into the fight because he doesn't have a lot that can magically help.
yeah, I think Hammy's going to have to wade into the fight too, as much as I hate doing that with a little tiny guy.
Syndela's going to probably have to hide in shadows and strike from there.
Well, these things are shadows, so be careful where you're hiding.
So the
point.
your lantern light gets dimmer as these things swarm around you.
Freaking Dementors. Oh,
There
I'm
is always
casting.
the option of running.
Yeah, possibly.
I will just point that out.
Let's see, where are we?
I have an idea.
Initiative.
Gerda,
Initiative.
Gerda is casting. Ridian's casting. That's it for the casting. Here's the initiative check plus 17.
Go Horace. Go Horace.
Oh my gosh. Using up all your good rolls on the initiative.
Yeah, that's it. No kidding.
Well, that is what Horace does. He just wins. He just does initiative. That's all he does.
No, and he does the very last possible thing that we need to win and survive.
Which means he'll find some way to close the doors and lock it as he runs.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna try and cast light.
Oh, good idea.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. See if you
Okay.
can hurt them. Yeah.
It's always good when you surprise the GM.
That's a 12.
Are you only at a +3?
Yeah, well, we're at a -3 for the day. So
Oh, right,
+4
yeah.
for level, +2 for personality is a +6, -3 is a
Mhm.
+3.
Yeah.
So darkness,
Inverted.
12 works.
Oh, I can
Space
tell you.
immediately surrounding the cleric at a radius of 20 feet goes completely light, as if all darkness had been extinguished. The light remains fixed to its location, does not follow the cleric, and lasts for 1 turn.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Right in the center of all of them.
Well,
So these are driven back 20 feet from you.
And I suggest we make a retreat.
I'm kind of liking that idea.
Let me finish my casting first, because it might.
Please
be
do.
I'm casting enlarge on Horace, just to
Okay.
beef him up a bit.
And so we can tell Mike that we did.
Yeah.
It's his favorite thing.
I'm putting the -3 into my spellburn stat, so that it will be calculated appropriately. Woot!
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Holy
Did you
shit!
spellburn?
No, well, I put a -3 into my spellburn, so I
Oh,
rolled
I
a
see what
natural
you're
20.
saying. Uh-huh.
I get +7, -3, plus another 4, so I'm at 28.
Yep, because it's an at 20.
So we're going to have to run because Horace is going to be plugging up the entryway. Hey, Mike, there you go.
Okay.
Oh,
Look
okay.
at 28, dude.
And this place stays lit up, by the way, because it doesn't follow the cleric, it says.
Caster is able to select up to 3 targets, which all triple in size.
Oh my God.
We're
So-
like ogres.
Triple in size.
Am I able to select a lesser success level? I can't remember if that's possible or not.
Not on this spell.
Okay. All right. So Ericor, Gerda, and Horace.
Wait. And if you're worried about it, you can enlarge Hammy because triple his size, and he's
Oh, yeah,
a
yeah.
little taller than a human.
He's 12 feet tall. These are
Right.
15-foot tall ceilings.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Okay.
don't enlarge Cindella because she's 6'2".
So Horace, Hammy, and Ericor are all triple size. They receive 6+6 bonus to attack, damage, and AC. In addition, the target receives, oh my God, plus 20 hit points from the new size. Okay, so we're gonna. Oh, and this lasts for. Caster time. 1 turn per caster level, so 40 minutes. We're gonna. Let's quickly run away from these guys and go beat up whatever in the magician's study.
Or just run.
I don't think we can run at this point.
How big are you?
Times 3,
Triple in
so
size? So
probably like
you're anywhere from 15 to
18
6 feet tall.
Horace
Him-
is about 5'10", so he's
Him is-
definitely he's hitting that ceiling.
Yeah. So
Hammy's
you're like
just under
15
12 feet.
Yeah, 15 to 18 feet tall. Hammy would be 12 feet. Who got enlarged?
Horace.
Horace, and Hammy.
And Iridian.
Well, wait. You can enlarge up to 3 targets. You don't have to enlarge 3
Oh,
targets.
thank you. Okay, well, let's do it anyway, because I mean, if we need it,
And how does it manifest, and what's its mercurial?
Oh, thank you. Sorry. It says Radiant goes apeshit for what, D4 rounds.
Ah, right. Let's see how long he goes apeshit for.
Hundreds of tiny workmen chop the targets up and reassemble them larger.
Right. I love that.
I do too. It's very entertaining.
1 round.
Oh, good.
And Slanesha, of course, his keeper, monitors that.
Yeah, she's like, oh, poor Radiant. Well, I think this might be a good place to stop. It's 10 o'clock.
All right.
You've all just become enlarged, and you'll be enlarged for 4 rounds.
Turns.
Pardon me, turns. I will mark that on my clock here. And then next week, you can decide what you want to do. And
I want to stay this tall.
We may have a shifting in the multiverse as we have some characters that drop in and out. But if Mike and Brian can join.
Exactly.
Well, fun times, guys. I needed a break like this.
Yes, me too.
Midweek. It was much appreciated, and always fun to hang out with you all.
Back at you.
Hits or misses. Nils, let's start with you. Hits or misses.
Finally casting my hits, or finally casting my secret spells to figure out what they are.
Oh, right, like triggering your clerical ability. That's pretty cool. Having another healer in the group, that can't hurt. Though that double disfavor, double disapproval is going to be tough.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed by my luck on the spell, the Radiant spell, though, because that's not something that seems to be terribly useful. But we'll see.
Well, but it's going to change next adventure. When you
does it change every time?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's set after your first cast.
Oh, is that what it said? Set after your first casting?
I thought so. We please check, but if that's the case, then
that's gonna be fun.
I like the randomness of it.
No, really cool. It's yeah, completely random. Yeah. What does your note say?
Let's see here. Come on, get up there. There we go. 1 random spell from complete mage's list of spells. I just assumed that would mean for the not every time.
Keep reading. What is it go on to say?
Indication, roll d16, cast once per adventure.
Okay.
So I think it's like your other ones that once you've determined what it is, that's what it is.
Yeah, I think that was my intent too. So you can note that down. It's, what is it? Speak with spirits or something?
Consult spirit.
Yeah. I already got it in my spell book.
Well, that could be a really good one.
And its casting time is normally an hour, so it's a lengthy spell to cast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to prepare yourself to pass into the
speak to the other realms.
Ethereal.
So does this mean this is an opportunity for me to hijack champion?
To hijack what?
Mike's eternal champion.
Well, he's not really a spirit. He's just a hero from the multiverse.
I see.
You can talk to the dead. It's like H.P. Lovecraft, Charles Dexter Ward.
Any misses for you tonight, Nils?
Just that spell. Wishing I was something in between.
Anything? Like, what was that, Nils?
Kind of like waiting for the big Christmas present and then getting socks.
Right. Ethan, hits or misses for you tonight?
One of my hits would be that Horace still isn't failing any of his initiative checks.
Okay.
And that we were able to finally solve the mystery of the feed a bad egg ape statue.
Ah, right. The pitch, the FEED.
Yeah, that's been bugging us for months.
Since the first adventure.
Yeah, 8 weeks at least. I think we must probably in our 8th session here.
I was counting it up. We're on our 13th session in here.
In the gates again. 13th
Yeah.
session.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about value for money. That's what.
Guy's not making very much. Guy's not making very much money off of us.
It's like almost 40 hours.
Yeah.
Adventuring goodness.
Well, that's what I was saying last week. No matter what, we have got to go back. Our rations are down. We're out of oil. We've lost lanterns. We really need to go back, and we need to get to be 5th level because we've been doing this a long time.
That's right.
We know what it's like being 5th level. We just aren't 5th level. We've read the rule books.
How about for you? Or did you have any misses, Ethan? Sorry.
I didn't have any misses tonight.
Okay. Peter hit
Just
some
all-
misses.
Combat rolls.
Yeah, those are some misses for you. My big miss was not Brian or Mike tonight.
True. Good point.
But the big hit was opening that secret door behind Feed's Bad Egg. Because we've done everything to figure out, and that's a sense of relief. It's like, oh, we did figure one thing out. We're wrong about everything else, or the hand didn't work. A couple other things. We didn't get the spell book because we didn't want to get our asses kicked.
Yeah, I shared with Guy some of your email discussions about the
music,
figuring it out, and then Mike's recording of the
guitar
notes
notes
and stuff. Yeah, that was cool. He totally dug that.
Yeah, we can't seem quite as stupid after last week. We solved a couple things.
I bet it's a unique opportunity for him to have direct feedback like that.
Yeah, like double-blind feedback or something.
Right, because he's not at the table, so that's got to be really nice just to hear it and see. Well, what did they do with my creation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's what I think that's exactly what he's found.
Because this is a really complex, huge dungeon. This really is. There's a lot more to it.
Yeah, let's have a look at Ethan's map, the player map.
Let me zoom out for you.
Let's see what we can see in level 2.
Oh, let me keep zooming out. And let me zoom in. Ah, there we are. Come on.
Yeah, we have areas to the east we haven't explored where the eyeless ones are.
Mm-hmm.
There's the catacombs to the north.
Mm-hmm.
There's a stasis block door.
Mm-hmm.
There's a portcullis along the same area we're at now. There's a portcullis just to our northwest.
Mm-hmm.
It goes somewhere. It goes somewhere kind of the same direction we were going, and I'm wondering if we'd have to fight the spirits. We might have linked up. There was a portcullis to the north of the sorcerer's bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
There's a doorway where we just found a door in that angled wall and the charred. I think those are the charred remains of people who did not walk single file to the correct side. That's just my guess.
Oh,
And off the sorcerer's torture room, there was also a second door that we did not open because we didn't want to disturb what was ever in his room.
Oh, right. The shadows, the shadowy things, the swirling shadows in the sorcerer's room. Well, cool, guys. Hits and misses for me tonight. Definitely hits getting to hang out with you all. I didn't have any misses, so that was good.
Didn't get to kill any of Brian's characters.
The other big too was having Ethan present or having somebody else present rather than me. I think that solves some of the latency problems that we were seeing. So it'll be interesting to see if we can continue on with that.
Oh, you mean have him present in Hangouts? Right.
The player's view from the Hangout session. Yeah. Rather than me doing it as a DM with the ghost account. Chewing up.
Yes.
Both hitting the same IP address, I guess, from the Roll20 servers or something.
Okay, it did just occurred to me. Even though the ghost is nothing to us, the server treats it like an entirely another player, so it has to send all the information to it as well.
Right, right.
And process everything.
Right. We were also a smaller group tonight, so it'll be interesting to see when we get another big group if this principle still holds true.
And there's parts in level 1 we haven't finished exploring.
So shall we look at level 1 too?
Why not?
Let's see.
But now I'm feeling really dumb. I was feeling really excited that we'd solved some things, but now I'm feeling really, really dumb because you're like, no, you could totally close this thing off with what you know and have on you. I'm like, are you kidding me? I am wondering if the key... Well, no, we heard machine sounds too.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, turning that key activates something. It doesn't close everything up. My hope was it would just shut the door.
Yeah.
I think it activates some sort of defense mechanism, and those those ape head statues are not so friendly.
Yeah, but then how do we get out?
No, I think Ethan's right. It probably is something defensive, but well, we turned it off. It's not making any noise again.
Right. But I think it's designed so that when you activate it, you close and lock the door, and people just can't get in to raid the place.
We haven't found a second way out.
Well, yes and no. The chimney, we might be able to get someone through there.
No, because at the very top, the openings weren't big enough for Hammy to get into.
They were like 2 feet square, the chimney is.
Well,
So
he could-
somebody that was very slender could, you know...
2 feet square. I can get through 2 feet square.
Yeah, send Bishop. But you're not, you're not wearing plate mail either, Ethan, and you're not, 280 pounds. You are slender.
I just mean if I can fit through it, Hammy could fit through it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but we're not leaving Hammy alone in there to go.
All right, guys. Fun times. I'm looking forward to next week. And Nils, I'm sorry there won't be a game this weekend. I will continue to bug everybody about Swords Without Master.
Well, I will be dog sitting, and Heather and I are trying to figure who's doing what because she's got kids this weekend that she wasn't going to have. So keep me in the loop for Swords Without Master, and I'm happy to join in.
Oh, you should tell Jenna, right?
Mm-hmm.
About Big Bad Con. I think she would totally dig that.
Yeah, it's all about role playing.
Yeah, and it's all about inclusion and openness and all that stuff too. So that's
cool.
Kind of secondary.
I will definitely bring that up. Thank
principle,
you.
I guess. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. October can't come soon enough.
Well, we got Pacificon before that, and a friend of mine's going to start being the miniatures coordinator soon.
That guy must be nuts.
He's insane. He is insane. But you know what? I figure this is good because I have a feeling I'm going to need a really big table to set up all these dungeon tiles.
Absolutely. I think we can make that happen. All right, fellas. I'll catch up with you later. Take it easy.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.